Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Another day, another dollar. Another Donald Trump indicted by the New York court. Oh my god. I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization, and I think it's so fucking funny that this happened, like, literally a half hour before we got together to start recording.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag, and I love just watching Fox News clips. I shared one where, when it first was announced, they got a grown-ass man, 50x years old, going, what? There's another
the people
one
in the background in the studio gasping.
Yeah, there's another one where it's like, I think this is great for Donald Trump. He's a true OG. It's like, you motherfucker. Nothing will come out of it, but it's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to get to the wild shit first. But if you're a new listener and you're like, oh my god, they're talking about Trump being arrested, you came to the wrong fucking podcast. Because the Republicans' heads are on a fucking swivel right now. How can they fucking deal with trying to keep guns, trying to kill trans kids, and also trying to protect Donald Trump? Like, how could they possibly guard this much?
Oh, and don't forget that, like, well, it's not even just the Republicans. Apparently Democrats, too, want to take fucking TikTok away from us.
It's not gonna happen. Rand Paul saved us. You know the world's fucked up when Rand Paul stops something from going through.
When you can get anything out of, like, a libertarian.
Yeah,
that's how you know that we're in
useless.
That's how you know we're in trouble.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? I applause sound to Rand Paul. He killed a little momentum, to buy a little more time. The world's fucked. At least our world's fucked.
But you know what world isn't? Well, it is fucked in its own way, but, like, it's at least enjoyable for us to be in. I'm talking the World of Warcraft, baby.
Yeah.
Now, I did say in our pre-production meeting, which was all of 4 minutes, that I had to start out today with a formal apology, and I want to say to my very good friend who met up with me on the Forbidden Reach when we were fighting Harnack, and he said, "Hi, Growl." And then I didn't see it until we had killed Harnack. But then we went to Harbunger the Etten, the pirate Etten. I landed again, and he said, "Hi, Growl." And I said, "Hi, person." And then he said, "I like your part of the show the best." And I said, "Thank you. That's very nice." And then we killed the Etten, and he was like, "Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye." And I was like, "Thank you. That's very kind." And I was going to go write things down, but then another rare spawned, and I forgot to write down their name. I am so sorry. Please hit me up at TheBigAcheesy on Twitter or any of our social medias, or email us at donotrelentpod@gmail.com. I need to give you your proper shout out, and I can't because I bungled it.
Your part's about to be the worst in their heart now. You know, you should have given them an exclusive Growl on the Prowl interview. That was your chance.
It's what they were asking for, probably.
I would have, but things move hard and fast when you're on the Forbidden Reach and you actually need to get your keys for the week. I was staring down the barrel of an 11 because I only had 11 of my 28 keys.
Of an 11?
No, but, like, for real, though, those groups move, like, so fast, like, they swiftly fly across this island, and have you guys ever, like, stumbled across one of those groups where, like, one person somehow has all of the materials to summon all of the, like, profession-based things or whatever, and they just, like, okay, and then they're in chat, they're like, okay, at 6:09, we're going here, and then they post a link, and then right at 6:09, they pull it, but, like, the profession ones are, like, weaker or whatever, so they die really fast, and then they're like, okay, 6:11, everyone meet here. I'm like, God, it's, like, so fucking fast.
I'm okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little over the people that are trying to control the flight paths of where you go on the Forbidden Reach. People in the morning are very adamant about, we all are gonna kill the same rare, and we're all gonna fly the same direction. Bitch, make a group. Like, you can use Group Finder for this. You don't have to make the whole shard subjected to it.
I will say, though, I appreciate them, because these are the rares that I was not able to get, like, done yet, and now I only have, like, 1 or 2 left for, like, the achievement for killing all the rares, so it was helpful to me, at least, and I got several keys out of it.
Have you... Are there ones you've just given up on at this point?
No.
It's so early in. When I see Warden Ectrix,
Yes.
which is you have to go inside the mountain, up through the multiple portals to the very end, I just go, I actually don't think I want to do that. Like, I'll maybe do it once per week, but after that, it's like, I'm not going to fight him anymore. Like, Pyrrhus is lucky that I can invis my way most of the way to her. The fire spider, this warden guy, fuck him. I don't hang out with him anymore.
Yeah, no, like, I purposely camped it on both of my characters, because, like, I was like, well, I don't know which character that I'm, like, closer to getting the achievement on, so like, it started on my priest. I got in there, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay in his back room until he spawns, and then wait for people to come to kill it, and then I just never have to come back in here ever again.
Wow, honestly, that's wild. That's the opposite of my experience. With the Warden, I was doing the farming the key thing with groups, and the groups use that area. They go through the war crevasse or whatever it's called. So, like, I've killed Warden Etronix like a billion times because they all respawn, it seems like, on a 15-minute timer, at least not the professional ones. So the whole loop has you go through the whole area that I mentioned before, and you kill the Warden and you kill Pyrrhus or whatever, just constantly. But that's the only time I ever kill them is when I'm inside with a farming group.
So there's been a little bit of discussion, like, on our Discord and other places and in Raid and our guild. Do we know the answer about, like, whether or not, like, keys dropping is more likely the first time you kill it, or if you can just, like, farm them? Like, is it just a lower drop rate, or is that just a myth?
Basically, I think what it boils down to is it doesn't matter, because if you are trying to get keys, you should just kill every rare that's up except for the 2 inconveniences. Because even if they don't drop keys, like, if they don't drop keys a second time, they still drop a fuck ton of elemental cummies or overflow or whatever it's called. You get like 1,053, and that is confirmed still dropping on repeated kills.
That's true, and then you can play the RNG game of buying, like, that one dwarf's sacks for the chances at keys, yeah.
And you can gamble with Dahlia Sack or Dahlia Dark Iron, Dahlia Iron Vein, something Dark Ironish.
You know, it's good old Dahlia Dark Iron. She said, people thought my name was a little silly because, you know, I'm a Dark Iron, but it sticks in your mind. Dahlia Thrumhammer, that's nothing.
Dahlia.
Also, sorry, everyone, that you heard me put my bottle of booze down. I crashed my little aeroplane at work today, and I need to drink away the pain.
Did it explode?
2 of the rudders did. They just exploded, and I picked up the pieces in the street. And I was like,
so wait, so what did your boss say when you had to bring this ship back?
Nothing, because he said it's under warranty, and he's like, the moment that I got my drone license, he was like, you will destroy this thing someday. And I said, okay. And today was the day. But all I did was I broke 2 blades, which I fixed. And then I broke part of the gimbal, which was like the camera control, which we do have to take that to Best Buy to fix. But he's just like, you good. It happens.
So you said that before we started recording that you had big, silly juice, which we thought was an interesting way to describe it. But what is considered big, silly juice this week?
You know what? It's not that big and or silly, but it's just a 375 milliliter. I don't know what the fancy name for that is, of Malibu, which usually when I come here, it's like Bud Light or it's something silly. Between this recording and the bonus recording, I plan to drink all of this and give myself a big, sad tummy ache.
Ugh. Okay, speaking of big, sad tummy aches, back to the Forbidden Reach. I have gotten to the point where I am over the dragon riding quest there. I'm getting a little close to being over the dragon riding world quests as a whole to begin with.
The one where you have to just go reverse?
Any of them. Honestly, almost any of them. I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. I want to stop having to drive this thing for gold. And the daily whatever it is on the Forbidden Reach has you do like 4 races, right?
No, if you do reverse, you just do 1.
What do you mean if you do reverse? Is that an option that the guy gives you?
Yeah, standard, advanced, reverse, run a reverse, and that
Don't
counts
you have to
for
unlock?
the daily.
No, don't you have to unlock those though?
Yeah, I think you had to, like, earn the achievement of a certain kind on like normal ones to unlock advanced ones, and then advanced ones to unlock reverse, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any of those because I don't like dragon. I don't care.
Maybe you should just get good.
No, I just
okay,
don't do
over here,
them.
Warcraft Twitter. Why are they forcing me to do things?
I didn't say they're forcing me to do anything. I said I don't do them. I didn't say I want them deleted.
That is
I just
fair.
said I don't care anymore.
That is fair. You pick and choose your bonus content there. But yes, if you put the elbow grease in and you unlock reverse, you just need to do one of those and that counts.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I guess like while we're talking about this, I posted this in Discord, but like this week I like because didn't really get to play last week because of like my work trip, I did a lot of Forbidden Reach on both my characters. I feel like I'm caught up now. So I've spent a lot of time there over like the last several days. And I noticed that like I don't know if this is intended or a bug, but if it is intended, they didn't really describe this in any way. So like the envoys by the main hub on Forbidden Reach where you choose one and then you get bonus XP, you can't choose the same one a second day in a row until after I guess you've unlocked chosen them all once.
Yeah. That's just a weird little system because I chose them all once, but now when I go to the book, it has the blue exclamation. I choose someone and it doesn't do anything.
Should give you a rep buff.
I don't know. It's just not. And I have yet to go and check today because of airplane.
It's catch up. That's why. I think you only get the buff if you don't have the rep fully max. Is that what it is?
Maybe. I don't know. It gave me the buff exactly once, the 4 days I chose the 4 factions. But now that I'm going back, it's like I choose a person in the book and it just doesn't register it.
No, that's what was happening to me too. So then I assumed that it was because I hadn't done it on all of them yet. Because I chose the Centaur first because they were the only ones that I'm not maxed on. So I was like, cool, I can just do this every day and then I'll catch up. But no, then I had to start unlocking all of them, and I think today when I get back on, will be the first time. That'll be my 5th time doing it. I think when I can maybe choose another one. So I was gonna see if I could choose a Centaur again. I don't really know. I feel like they don't really explain this anywhere, and I'm like, why can't I just choose the same one?
Wait, so Aaron, you picked all 4 different factions, or did you not pick one of them one day?
No, I picked all 4 of them because I guess it unlocks the ability to do their special quests. So, which I don't need any of them because I am maxed out, but just for the flavor, I picked all 4 of them, and now I can choose none of them.
That's weird. Yeah, so because I've only picked up Veldraken and Explorers League because I don't have those maxed out yet. So I'm not gonna pick up Zskera. I don't need them. Except for the weeks that I had to.
So what I was gonna say here then, so you were able to just pick the one that you needed several days in a row for a rep boost several days in a row, or no?
Well, now I'm able to, but I was, I don't know if I was locked or not, because when you go to first unlock the envoys, it says unlocks, and then you have 2 little icons, right? It's the rep buff and unlocks them as a faction or something. And then I noticed that when I went to that screen again, the one that I picked the previous day only had 1 benefit, and the other ones had 2 benefits. So I just picked until I had all the 2 benefits, and then slowly but surely, I guess I ended up going through all 4 of them without even realizing what I was doing. So yeah, I guess I didn't try to get the same person back to back. But now I can. I've been picking the Veldraken or the Explorers League every single time that I can.
So when you say every single time you can, do you mean every day or no?
Every single day I pick the Explorers League.
Okay, because all of them also have timers on them, and I don't know if it's a 24-hour timer or more than that.
Yeah, and that's why I think mine is glitched, because my friend Hood Dragon from the Veldraken Accord hits me in the face every day with 13 hours to go. So I wonder if that's what it is my guy is just glitched. And it's you can pick someone again once my 13-hour bar is done. And it's guy, it's been 4 days. There's 13 hours to go.
I feel like the Centaur is the same for me. I'm I picked you first, and now I've done 3 of these dailies. You should be back off cooldown now. What the fuck?
Are you talking dailies, or are you talking being able to pick them?
So I assume the timer above their head is when you're able to pick them for rep again?
I don't know.
I know nothing about these
above
silly
their head.
Billy
What's
guys.
above their head?
It's like a
What are you talking
timer.
about above
It's
their
like
head?
it's like a bar that goes allegedly that goes down, and when you hover over it, tells you the amount of time for something to happen. I thought
I think that's the rep.
That's the rep boost. So
I'm pretty
Valdrakken man is just I'm just permanently Valdrakken rep boosted.
Or unable to rep boost.
Do you have the buff on your character? Have you checked the buff on like your buff
I don't
list?
think so. I haven't.
Wait,
I haven't seen
Aaron.
it.
I thought you said that you haven't been getting buffs.
I'm saying when you click the blue book and it brings you to the thing where it's like select who you want to get your buff, your bonus from today. I select someone and nothing happens.
What do you mean by nothing? But you just said that you didn't check your buff screen.
No,
right?
so what's happening to Aaron happened to me too. Like it's the second day when I tried to pick the centaur again. It lets you open the book, select the centaur, and then it's like, are you sure you want to choose a centaur? Say yes, and then nothing happens. Like then you can open the scroll again too.
Yeah, the book continues to have a blue exclamation above it. Nothing has occurred. You don't, to my knowledge, you don't receive any extra thing on your buffs. It's just like it's stuck. You get 90% of the way there, and then there's like, sorry, guy, can't do anything.
Weird, because I haven't had a single problem. Like I the first 4 days, I picked all 4 different factions, and then I've been able to pick the Explorers League ever since. That's what I've been doing. That's bizarre. So maybe you didn't actually pick all 4 different people the first time. Maybe you have one left.
But I did.
Maybe when you open the scroll,
I'm stomping my little feeties on the ground. I know I did.
during the break, you should log in, open the scroll, and take a screenshot of like what the 4 options look like, so I can look at them real quick. I'm curious now.
Okay.
This is so weird. But I mean, like, I have heard of this being of there being bugs with this system. So like, I don't not believe that this shit is like completely broken in some way.
Speaking of completely broken in some way, I don't know if you guys saw, but if you are an Amazon Prime gamer,
if you are subscribed to the Twitch Prime service,
and then you can claim the Big Battle Bear mount.
Its fur is black and its model is crunchy.
I was so Slide and I like share an Amazon account that's linked to this, so like only one of us can get the rewards. I was kind enough to allow him to have the Big Battle Bear.
You know,
Sorry,
and
I'm sneezing.
that resulting silence is about all I feel about the Big Battle Bear.
So ugly.
It's a mount, like *A* mount, and that's neat, I guess. If you have Twitch Prime, it's a cool enough thing to get just for free. That is not a selling point. I really hope no one is like, oh, I gotta get my Big Battle Bear. Twitch, here's my credit card.
Well, I mean, it's a TCG mount, I guess, but I don't know.
How much does Big Battle Bear go for? Like $8?
I don't know. I mean, you know, some ugly mounts do go for big money because they're rare. I mean, just look at how the leather collar cuts into it.
I guess that was the story of the Fell Drake, too. I mean, that had
Guys,
fart
holy
gas
shit.
and was a dragon, but that thing was ugly as sin.
Look at its teeth. Have you guys looked at its teeth?
I looked at one entire picture of it, and I was like, that sounds mid as hell, and I did nothing with it.
I sent you a look at the host chat. Look at its fucking human-ass square teeth. Well, it's got molars in the front.
No, I don't like that. Why did they put like zero effort into like the model?
Oh my god!
And then they
its
were
gums
like,
are out.
They were like, yeah, we need to give this guy gingivitis and like incredibly modeled MOTTLED'd teeth.
Insane. But now I have the Big Battle Bear because I'm cool.
Okay, but like potentially cooler mount prowess here. Did you guys see that, like, in 10.1 data mining? Because, like, there's that now, too. Like, apparently there's storylines out there that we could talk about if we wanted to. But, like, thing that I found interesting that Slide brought up to me yesterday is that there's a really interesting model that they're detecting as possibly a mount. And I'm talking about, like, that one that, I believe it's called, like, Terragosa's Visage. It's, like, the one that randomly appears, like, over Stormwind that's like so fucking huge. Do you remember the first time we all saw that?
Like, what the fuck is this thing
Of
haunting
course.
the city?
I know what it is, and it still haunts me anytime I see it.
But yeah, they updated like a high-res model of it though. So either they're bringing the staff back, or they're updating the model for people who have the staff, or maybe we're gonna get to hang out with Taragosa, something I know nothing about. Who's the fuck is
I
Taragosa?
was just about to show my balls, and I was like, I know she does that when you complete a quest, but I don't know who this woman is, other than the fact that she's blue. So I'm going to assume Malagos was her baby daddy and then slew her.
Looks like in the Rage of the Firelands, we saw her. She was a humanoid form in the Nexus.
Ooh, do you see those
nothing.
sandals? What are those? What are those?
Try to not look at her flesh bleed over the shoes.
She got her big, nasty club toes
Oh
out.
my god, someone send a screenshot to host chat.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to bring us into our sexiest NPC of the week. That's right, I'm talking about
Yummy.
Taragosa's humanoid form.
Ooh.
I thought you were specifically going to say her weird ass toes in these sandals.
Well, you know what Taragosa's human form? There's... it's like a volcano. A reverse volcano, rather. It gets hotter as you go down. The face? Ugly. That shit's from, like, BC. The clothes? Okay, I can rock that. The toes.
Honestly, you're using toes plural, but it might just be a singular toe. Is what I'm looking at.
I was gonna say though, like you can maybe see two toes in this picture.
Yes,
maybe?
there. I can confidently say toes because there are multiple. Maybe 4.
There's
Each
two
foot.
on one side of the strap?
Each foot has 2 toes. It's like a ninja turtle. I like that she goes and tries to paint the nails so to try and differentiate them. It's like, girl, you're big nasty clodhoppers.
Dude, she spent so long on her Visage Day picking this. Like, she could not have cleaned up the feet a little bit.
Can you imagine? She transforms. Everyone's like, yeah, oh my god. Ah, ah. Like, there's like panic in the court after like 4 seconds because everyone looks
it's
down. It's like, ah.
Everyone in the crowd screams, and then she turns and looks into the mirror, and then she's like, hell yeah, baby. Feeling herself up. She's like, this is exactly what I wanted.
Oh, she's not dead. She's alive, guys. Okay, so Aragos.
Are you
betrayed
telling me
Azeroth
that
to
I could
Deathwing.
put those 2 big clubs in my mouth someday? I could suck
Better,
on those
dude.
2 Mongo toes.
You could shove the entirety of her up your ass. Because she now... So what happens is she died. She threw herself in front of Deathwing's attack on Caligos. Caligos saves her life by binding her soul to you. But the binding is not permanent and must be strengthened with materials from the Firelands. You then take her form to attend the Draconic Council and thus are directly responsible for the choosing of the new aspect. She lives in your staff, provides a permanent home for her, who will be your friend and companion, and will do whatever you say. Ugh.
Okay, so, Calyx saved her from death, made some weird visage form of her to be our, like, be in a weird BDSM relationship with us? I don't know.
Oh, no. It's actually different. It's a father and daughter relationship. Cancel all of that. He says that he found her. Caligos found her as a hatchling. He was charged with her protection and education over the millennia. Yeah, they are like siblings. They are like, yeah, never mind. Take all that back. And that's why, Taragosa, you are the sexiest NPC of the week.
What a fucking mess.
Gonna get some extra powerful Birkenstocks for my girl. I'm not afraid to drop a dime on those club toes.
Anyway, I hope we get to see her updated feed in 10.1. That'd be cool, huh?
I don't know. If they get updated, will the appeal still be there? Do you feel like
Yes.
the rest of her outfit, the rest of her visage is enough, or is this distinctly foot-based?
I guess we won't know until we see it.
I mean, like, this would make her, like, possibly the second foot-based sexiest NPC we've named before, because, like, when we're talking about sexy toes that we've named sexiest NPCs here, I distinctly remember that we've zoomed in and analyzed a certain woman on the Saldine Farm's toes.
That is true. They're gonna have to go foot to foot, toe to toe, an official DNR sanctioned crinkle off. We're gonna have them step in pies and step in mud and then step on me.
Speaking of being stepped on, we have the new Aberrus Weekly Great Vault Raid Loot numbers. So, obviously the Great Vault currently as it stands, the first vault is 2 heroic bosses, or 2 raid bosses, right?
Yes.
That's going to increase to 3.
Ooh, there's a lot of dudes in here, huh?
Well, do we know how many? We do know how many. I thought it was only 9, though.
So, the article reads, previously, players only needed 2, 4, and 6 raid bosses to be eligible for the vault. According to data mining, you'll now need 3, 5, and 7 because Aberrus has 9 instead of 8. So I guess they just made a little switcher-up-a-roo there. I mean, I guess you have to pick like what goes where. So
yeah. So what is it? It's a 3, 5, 7 now. I mean, like whatever. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I just hoping that it's not like a ball buster. Although I guess.
Yeah. Right.
I've never walked into a raid where the first 3 bosses are like very, very difficult. In my raiding career, they're usually pretty good at making sure that you have like a viable path to victory there. Even if you have to
at least
take
for like
3
enough
separate...
to get like the first slot, right?
Yeah. Even if you, like, I'm trying to think like Sepulchre, the first ones, like, yeah, the first guy's easy, and then you split off, and then between the 2 to 3 paths, you're able to get 2 more down.
It's so bizarre to me how we're talking about like raiding in the Abbey. We just got 10-7. 10-1 is like knocking on our door. Oh my god. First, okay, we completely missed this last week. The time walking changes that they made. This seems like a good holdover until 10.1. 6 weeks of time walking. They're going to go through each iteration they have for 6 weeks. That's so good.
That's honestly
yeah, sorry, I was
how
just
it
doing some
should
quick
be.
math here. I was just doing some quick math. That puts us through like the first week of May, I believe. Like the last week of this time walking cycle ends like the week of May 1st. And yeah, so like we're starting with what is it right now? It's Cataclysm right now.
Yes, which is weird, but because like why not just go from like an order like Lich, Kata, but whatever.
Well, so what they're doing, I think they just continued with whatever where they were in the cycle. So like this week it's going to be Kata, then next week it's Mop, then after that, the week after that is Draenor, the week after that is Legion, then they go back, and then like the week after that is like BC, and then Lich King or something like that. I think that's what it was. But like the showstopper here is that every week the weekly reward is a piece of heroic raid gear. Like, this is the first time that, like, the Time Walker quest has given that, right?
Yeah, normally you get normal gear. So you're getting, like, 10 high-level higher gear, potentially more if you get a Raz piece or the heroic bow. I'm running my hunter through this.
Same, I guess. But, like, yes. But just as, like, a general PSA here for all the DN Army, like, this is a perfect 6 weeks here at the end of whatever the fuck this tier is, to like level every alt you've even just like casually thought about wanting to get to max level, because like as we know, these time walking dungeons, like what, like with 2 of them you gain a level? Is that what it is?
It feels like 2 to 3, but imagine if you use the guild battle standards that nobody uses but me, you get a lot more experience out of that one too.
I mean, even normal dungeoning, you really fly. It'll be reflected on later, but it is wild how much experience you get just from like the random dungeon bonus.
Yeah, it's
That's
lot.
Like a level in of itself.
I think, then I think time walking is that same level, and then I think it's 50% more added on top of it for being time walking.
All I know is that I have notified the Weird Shape gang, Randleman, Wigglestein, Gelbin 2, they're ripping and raring. These next few weeks are theirs.
I'm just like, this is my time. I need to choose a few alts. I'm like, do I do like the 6 alt challenge here? Like try to get well, I don't. Okay, so who can do time walking like for fast leveling? It's any level, right?
I think you have to be introductory
Or do you have to
to
be 60?
Dragonflight. Yeah, I think you have to be 60.
Okay, so I probably only have like 3 that I could realistically do then, but like I think I should like make a
Says
push to bring all of them.
All I'm saying,
That's true, that's true.
0 to 50, that's 10 in-game hours. Catch me at the end of the episode.
I think I already have like four characters to 70, so I'm probably gonna push to finish them all off with this. It just, how can I not? Like, I can get all my characters 6 weeks of heroic loot. Like, it's just so good.
And here goes the favorite segment of one brave DN Army member. I'm so sorry.
Duck Swamp D.
What another fine day here on the Forbidden Reach. I'm sharing my day with my new associate, Shinder. Shin, why do you think the Zskera Vault is so unguarded? Just some spiders and slimes in there? You'd think the dragons or demons would want to poke their heads in to grab the treasures at some point. Well, you've gone in there. You've seen what kind of treasures they have. I don't blame them for passing it up. Well, that may be true. It's not the most exciting of activities, but there are stones of power. Surely those warrant a response from the Primalists. Yeah, LOL. I'm sure Iridiacron and the Fire Guy are chomping at the bit to get this piss rock that gives you a 2k shield if you don't move for 10 seconds. Well, that's valid, but I'm sure there are some other, more interesting stones in there. Well, it seems Shin was in a hurry, and I can tell you one cavernous crevasse that they are surely not hurrying off to. That said, let's follow their lead and hurry on back to the show. Thanks, Growlina. You gave me just enough time to debunk whatever I was talking about in the first 30 minutes. During the break, I went to the Forbidden Reach. Everything worked as normal. I feel like a darn fool.
I mean, and I'm really curious about what it's going to look like for me too, because like I feel like I'm at the point now where it's going to work for me too, because it's like I took like a day off and it's like going to be my 5th, I think, cycle of it, so I should be able to choose anyone. I still feel like the system is a little weird, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good system. I don't know. I just think it's not well explained enough to begin with. I had to basically guess what I was doing with this. He has been fucking around with them white bears.
Not even one bit. I think there's a quest where a Dark Iron Man comes up and he's like, "You should talk to the bears." And so I did that, and then they were like, "You should keep killing stuff and bringing us necklaces." And I have not.
Have you done anything with the bears, Immune?
Yeah, give us your bear experience.
Unfortunately, I don't have any experience with any bears.
It's a really weird rep. I kind of like it, only because... So, like, obviously, I don't really have a concept of what an old school rep grind is, but this feels kind of old school in the fact that it's just like, come on out, put a little work in, and then we give you a little quest line, and then you're done. Oh, did you see my host chat picture?
Yeah, what the fuck is
did.
this?
I got an ad for this on Facebook.
Okay, for
what
those
is it?
for those who cannot see because you're not in our host chat, it's a jock strap, but there's some sort of plastic container hanging off the penis end. Then there's 2 jars of Affix brand something, and then there's just a distinct penis tube.
It's an ad from Save Right Medical. So it's medical supplies. I think it's their catheters. I post. You can delete this. I didn't mean to see your topic of discussion. I just thought it was funny to post in the host chat that I got this weird ad.
I
look at this. How
thought
weird is
it
this?
was like to help you pee, sort of like the penis buddy or the pee trough. I thought this was like, are you splattering too much? Put your penis in this Affix brand tube, and you can shoot it directly into the urinal.
Isn't that what a catheter is?
I guess, but that that takes control out of your hand. There's just a tube in your penis.
The way this
you
thing
still
is just
have
hanging
to,
off, I feel like it would hurt your penis.
I do appreciate that they showed it, that it wraps around your perfect mannequin buttocks.
Guys,
Okay.
what are my Facebook ads? What is going on? What is this?
Oh no.
Like,
Okay,
what-
so we have two weird 3D modeled characters where the man's head is kind of Wreck-It Ralph shaped, and the woman is kind of Vanellope von Schweetz adjacent, and they're in swimsuits. My man has a vicious banana hammock, and it says Wreck-It Ralph, Summer Edition.
So I like how it specifically says, suggested for you, Slidewhistle. What do you do on Facebook?
That's
that
what
these are
I'm
your
trying to figure
suggestions?
out.
I appreciate that Roy Sight Studio added the photo while specifically watching Wreck-It Ralph. Like, he was watching 2012's classic Wreck-It Ralph, and he was like, yeah, but what if I made guys who kind of look like them and also their penis was out?
I feel like it knows I want weird shit, and it's just like, here, look at this weird group. And it's like, no, you've gone too weird. Please go back.
I could also accept this if Vanellope von Schweetz, and I don't want any internet people to be like, oh, she's a video game character. She's been around since 82. I don't like the fact that she's a child. You could have made it the blue lady from the sequel. That's a fictional adult.
Yeah, very weird. But like, let's get out of here.
Let's go back to the winter pelt. Maybe cut out half of that. Maybe if you. Or all
I
of
will
it.
cut
Look
out
at the
zero
length.
of it.
Look at the length of it.
People love the nasty business we get into, and there's nothing nastier than learning the Albed language, which is essentially what you're doing.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm already exalted. It's not that hard of a grind, to be honest. It's pretty easy.
It's literally just grabbing necklaces for them, right?
No,
killing.
it's more. You have the quest line after that. But that part's actually really easy, surprisingly. The part where you're getting the necklace pieces. All you really have to do is go to this like certain area, kill these certain mobs, and I don't know if it's bugged or not, and then they might fix it later. But these mobs were dropping like 8 to 15 necklace pieces at a time. One mob was. So I would kill like 6 mobs, and then I would have like 25 to 35 necklace pieces. So I was done like in one lunch break at work with the necklace grind.
That's crazy. And like, Aaron mentioned the Albed like language grind, like a reference to Final Fantasy X, and that is kind of what it looks like. Because in our host chat earlier in the week, Slidewhistle had a documented case of conversations with some of the bears there, and how like it transitioned from being like just a bunch of weird symbols to like being a full ass conversation that you're able to have. And so I feel like in our WoW experience, the last time we had something like this was what, Zereth Mortis? Is that the only time that we've seen something like this?
Yes.
Kind of. And the thing is, I don't even remember the Zereth Mortis NPCs doing this very much. Literally the only NPC I can think of that did something like this was Lehuvium in Sepulchre. Most every other person I spoke to, either I never knew what they were saying, or they always spoke to me in English right off the bat.
Well, at the beginning there were mobs, and even Pokepoke would like speak like runic language, but like that obviously only lasted for like the first like week or two because we learned the language immediately.
It was just so quick, the language acquisition, that I forgot about it. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Pokepoke never said anything to me, but also I disrespected him.
Yeah, so like I think this was kind of cool. So I guess this existed. Someone said this was in vanilla or something. There was an old faction that it was a very similar case. I don't know anything about that, but as you turn in like 5 necklace pieces, there's also these other pieces you can get turned in that's worth like 8 rep or something. And as you turn it in, your rep goes up slowly, and the more your rep goes up, the more language you can learn, and like you can like see Furbolgs running in the area, and they're first speaking bear gibberish, and all of a sudden their words come through like stomach, and then it's like rah, 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 a T, rah, 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 rah. So you're trying to figure out what the fuck this bear is trying to say to you. And so then once I learned it, I was able to do the whole quest line. I'm curious if I could do this before, but I think you might pick like the wrong answers, because like some of the options, it was almost like a choose your own adventure book, where it was like, I'm an ancestor bear. I need you to tell my granddaughter, a very important message, Mary Jackson Willsby. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So this grandma was haunting me to like do like an arranged marriage, and when I went to go tell the bear, it was like there was 4 options, and one of them was like, I want you to marry Brightpaw. I want you to murder Brightpaw. I want you to run away. I want you to kill yourself. Like, there were just like 4 complete crazy options, and I'm like, if I didn't know the language, what would happen if I pressed the wrong one? Would it end the quest line? Would it kill this person?
Accidentally say KYS.
Do a Kentucky flip.
No. I was just about to say, did you tell my daughter Bear Paw to do a Kentucky flip? How could you? And it's like, no, I didn't tell her to do a Kentucky flip. A Mississippi,
What do we think that
Mississippi
Kentucky slip is? Oh shit! What do we think both Kentucky flip and Mississippi slip are in Furbolg? Well, you're the one that's fluent, so I'll take your word for it.
I was about to say, I know exactly 0 pieces of Albed. My man Waka is too close to me. He is always hovering over my shoulder. I can't learn any Albed.
It was cool though. At every single quest marker I completed, there was so much dialogue to read on purpose. Like they were like, "Oh, go read this." The little Furbolg children are talking to like the adults, and the adults are giving you quests, and one of them is like, you don't look very strong. Go get us some roots. And then someone behind them is like, that old lady's crazy. Get us some fucking meat. I see how strong you are with those muscles. And I'm like, okay, Furbolgs, they're kind of giving. And I feel like have we ever connected with any Furbolgs like this before? I know they were around like Northrend, but like not this close, right?
Not to the level that like we're cultural friends. We're understanding each other's differences. Like in Legion, there were Furbolgs that you talked to, but they spoke to you in the King's English.
They're kind of cool. I don't know. I kind of like it. And like now they love me. They were hyping me up, saying like how cool I was. And also, you get a fuck ton of toys from doing this. 3 to 4, maybe 5 toys. I did one of the quest line spoilers. Someone dies, right? Someone dies, and the fucking quest reward for it is a pair of glasses to put on your face, and it's like, a pair of glasses to wear and look smart. And I'm like, someone died. Why are you giving me a fun, like, costume toy?
It's their glasses. They don't need them anymore because they're dead.
I don't think they even wore glasses. Yeah, get your toys, get your dragon riding parts. Their quartermaster has 8 dragon riding parts. Has some recipes on her. Some other shit. It's actually, so it starts off rough. I felt the same way you did, Aaron. I was like, this questline sucks ass. Like, I'm not grinding this.
It was mostly if the dude ran up to me like this week, like 2 weeks or a week and some change later, I'd be like, I have time for this. But Malahai Mountain, this guy, like Forbidden Reach himself, were all like, you gotta do us. And I was like, well, I have to list these guys. I have to put them in a tier list. And talking with the bears is definitely F tier.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I think that's the last thing of the patch that I've done because I've the Zskera Vaults. Oh, also, guys, we need to stop calling them the Zskera Vaults. We have to call them the fucking Zskera Vaults. So much better.
Zskera.
I will unlock every single one of those doors day 1 of each week just to hope that she is there. She recently moved her entire house off of her ex's property. Maybe she's on the Forbidden Reach now.
You're not reaching this. Have you guys gotten any mounts or there's like a bunch of items you can put together in the Zskera Vaults? Have you gotten anything like assembled yet?
I've done like 6 steps in some dragon egg, and it's like, now you need a speck of the undying dust. And I was like, okay, where is it? And I was like, it's somewhere. And so I assume one of the rooms will have it eventually.
No, like when I first collected the egg, and it's like combine it with this other piece to for whatever, and then I finally got like the second piece. I'm like, nice, I'm gonna get something out of this, and then it just turned into something else where it's like combine it with another piece, and I'm like, what? And this happened like 3 more times, and I'm like, I'm still asking for more shit. I'm like, is this like a overarching 10.0.7 thing? Is this gonna take me several weeks to unlock if I'm unlucky here?
Okay, wait. Is everybody here are you all on the bronze spec part of the quest item now?
I am, at least.
I am as well, yeah.
Alright. I have a bad feeling about the bronze spec. So, you know how there's a couple of items, the amulet and the crown, that allows you to find small treasures on the floor? And what do we need? A bronze speck of dust. It's probably somewhere in a fucking room on the floor, I bet.
But, like, the thing is, I got the tiara that allows you to see small items, and I combed every single room after I got that, and I never found anything.
Well, maybe it didn't spawn that week, or you know?
Or maybe it's just really, really tiny because it's a speck and I just missed it.
I am equal parts miffed and being like, that's the game, baby, on the fact that not every solution is available each week. Like, it pains me that I got this, and I got like 6 of the items in week 1. Will the spec be there this week? Maybe, maybe not. When will it show up? Who knows? Which is frustrating as someone who just wants the thing. But I also appreciate it as like a little tricky trick to be like, well, you gotta keep clearing the vaults. Don't you want your little thing?
It was also really interesting to me that, like, for the same reason of what we're just saying about these specs that, like, I guess, like, it's just not available to us this week. I've done the vaults now on 3 characters, the Zskera Vaults, and they've been different on all of them. Like, I got the Brewfest people, like if we'll go Iron or whatever, former sexiest NPC of the week, in one of my vaults on my Evoker, and he was not there, like, on either of my Priest or my Hunter, so I feel like these vaults could potentially be different for every single character, like, completely, and I'm like, that's wild.
Wait. Interesting. I also ran into the Brewfest people, and I also ran into them on my Evoker. I wonder if they're doing class-based things randomly.
Well, Mage would also be in that group because Growlina saw them, but Booty ATW did not.
People who can cast fire spells.
Okay, I have done research on the speck of bronze dust that we need, and it is just a random chest drop. It's the rarest of the drops. And I do have a picture of the mount you get from it. Are you boys ready for this shit?
Oh, I'm ready to be underwhelmed. Let's do. Oh, wow. That's crazy. I love that. I'm not even going to front with you, audience. Remember that woolly mammoth that you get from, like, randomly participating in grand hunts? That, but the brown is now green.
I was going to say it's that, but they threw some grass on it.
That's literally it. I mean, I'll take it. I'm actually, okay, I am close to 400 mounts. That's why I'm actually really glad that you let me have the big battle bear. Thank you. Because I'm now at 377 out of 400 mounts. 13 more. I'm like, could I buy 13 auction house mounts?
I mean, you could buy a few at least.
Well, I already have them all. I mean, like, not all of them, but, like, I don't have the Panthers. How have those fucking Panthers remained the same price since the beginning of us playing this fucking game?
Are they overly expensive?
No, well, they're not overly expensive, but
because I bought them all. I'm trying to think if I've wasted all of my time.
You wasted
and
a lot.
money.
I mean, you didn't waste. It's just a lot of gold because there's like 6 of them, and
it's like 70, 80K per.
The Onyx is always 100K, and then the other ones will go anywhere from like 33K to like 40K on a bad day.
Honestly, the even worse than how expensive they are is your game will hard code itself to only pull those out if you do random flying mounts. And it's like, I am tired of these Panthers. I hate them. They're so numerous, I don't even get to do my Griffins, my beloved BFA Griffins.
You don't have more Griffins than Jewel Panthers?
I have general purpose more Griffins. But there are 6 Jewel Panthers versus 3 famous BFA Griffins.
Wait, why don't you just set your favorites? Why don't you just favorite mounts?
I've favorited all of the flying ones because I value randomness.
Why don't you unfavorite the Jewel mounts if you're tired of them?
Because I want all of the flying mounts to be there. I'm a man of principles, and my principle as a wacky child of the 2000s is to have all random flying mounts.
But unfortunately, this is the case where like I feel like it's true randomness, and that's why you get these jeweled tigers more often. Where like you need some like Apple Shuffle randomness, where it like somehow like has an algorithm where it's not truly random and it prioritizes like not repeating things.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's the fucking Apple Shuffle fucking randomizer. It's the same fucking deal. Oh wait, Aaron. Okay, so on average, be honest. How much time do you spend playing World of Warcraft recasting your random mount button to get one you like and one you to you know like do you ever change it like over and over again? You'd be like, no, I'm not riding that one.
There are, if I have, let's say, 150 flying mounts, there are 3 I don't fucks with, and that's really just because the random algorithm is bad. Well, more than
wait,
3.
wait. Can we guess the 3 mounts that you hate that fly?
Well, I'm going to say one of them are all the Panthers. So
okay, never mind. You got it.
So what are the other 2?
Oh, one of them are all the Panthers. Okay, I feel like you don't like the robots that fly weird. So robots that fly weird.
No, I only have one, but I fucks with him.
Then you
Goblin Glider.
You like your griffins.
Okay, I'm thinking here. Flying mounts that Aaron does not like. I want to say that you don't fuck with
Jaina Elemental. I think you get it all the time.
Nope, not that one either. I value it.
One more guess, and it's
one more guess. One more guess, and I will reveal them, and it's probably not what you're expecting.
Okay, I think it's just some basic-ass dragon that you don't like.
That is one of them. Bronze Drake. I do not hang out with him, and I will just go ahead and reveal the other one. Clutch of G-Kun. I get that one too much.
Wow.
I don't care that it was a mythic drop and it was a rare. The algorithm's fucked up. I did a test of it one time. I got that and Maldraxian Corpse Fly like 8 times.
True random, dude. It's true random.
It's true random. I got them 8 times. 16 out of 100 pulls were these 2 when I have like 150 mounts. It's fucked up. But Clutch of G-Kun can huff my duff.
Oh, dude. Okay, speaking of fucking mounts, like, okay, so like, if fucking G-Kun sucks, right? Can you imagine people who are trying to farm that mount that you have, Aaron, the Time Walker mount?
Mm-hmm.
When time walking comes around, there's a sect of people who don't have that mount that really want that mount, and they will farm it for as long as physically possible. What are these people going to do with 6 weeks of time walking? They're gonna die. WoW is killing people.
They have to call off work. They like their wives are like, "Honey, please come out." And it's like, just open the door and it smells like stink. It's like, it's only week 4, babe.
This is the year.
They're like, honey, can you exchange my Aphex portable urinary thing?
I bought it because the boys mentioned it on episode 124 or 224.
Mysterio has made an official statement, folks. An official statement from Rey Mysterio. The beating that I give my son is dedicated to all those dads putting up with their kids. Rey Mysterio says, "Fuck them kids."
This is going to inspire a generation of fathers to hit their stupid, shitty kid with the 619.
Kill him.
Jeremy, you've been walking on the edge all your life, so now I'm going to walk the rope and give you an epic slammer. What? And then this 45-year-old man jumps on the couch, walks for a little bit, and then punches his son with all his might.
I mean, but like it is WrestleMania weekend now, and I'm very excited. I feel like this is the most excited I've been for WrestleMania, and like maybe since I've been watching.
Well, we're gonna see a deadbeat dad get his comeuppance. You know, he fucking deserves the beating Dominic's gonna give him.
Okay, I have not watched current WWE, and I just need to ask: is Dominic small too?
No, he's actually very tall. He's like 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", 6'2".
Jesus,
I was gonna say,
that is an entire
like,
foot taller than his father.
He's like 6'19", but like
boo, boo.
legitimately though, he's like 2 Rays.
Yeah, he's like two of them sat together. So it's funny that he's just baby face, like his like looks so like weird and innocent, and now he's the mullet and like the like purple mommy dommy gear. It's ridiculous. It's such a good turnaround for a character. It's ridiculous.
But speaking of good turnarounds, let's head on into our top toots, bottom boots, or medium moots of the week. Let's start ourselves off with the Mr. Slidewhistle.
I got myself a big, nice top toot. Honestly, I'm going to give a top toot to Raid because I did not think we could do it. If you were to tell me 3 weeks ago that we would be able to re-clear almost all of Heroic while also doing 2 achievement runs on normal, 2 achievement bosses on normal, and having some of the slowest people during break on Earth who leave to get fucking coffee or make a sandwich or disappear for hours at a time. We almost did a full everything. We almost did it all in one go.
And, like, you're not even saying that, like, we almost full cleared Heroic, did these achievements on normal, and, like, at least half of the raid was on alts.
Yeah, and, like, some real poopy alts, too. Some of these people were not the people I've ever seen before. Istralalis. I was like, who even is this man?
Honors.
Honors this guy, yeah. But it's like, that's not a name I know. Also, I gotta air my dirty laundry. Honors, just come back. You're always around. Just come on back.
No, and like, I don't know, like, the thing is, like, my dude, he's like always messaging all of us, like, if we want to, like, do things, and I'm like, maybe if you just didn't leave.
Yeah, like, just stick around, dude. Like, I don't get it.
At this point, it would be too embarrassing to come back, even though that is the most rational thing to do. Just like it was rational how we passed out the loot, except for my offhand. Maybe some other user could have used it, but guess what? I wanted the thing I already owned, but in blue.
That's it, baby.
I mean, it was an alt run, no rules, really, so...
Barbed wire fences, 619ing a man to death. No rules, baby.
But speaking of top toot, bottom boot, medium moot, Immune, what do you got for us this week?
I got a big old bottom boot, baby.
Boom.
And I am just going to cut a promo on our boy Ian Hazuko. And I'm going to say, Ian, why the fuck is your team nerfing hunters now? Like, okay, first off, there's big, like, kill command nerfs on BM hunters, just like a hot fix this week. After we just got our supposed buffs last week, I missed all those buffs because I was on a work trip. So I had like approximately 1 day after I came back to experience this power of these buffs that you were supposed to compensate for the fact that you guys fucked up like any kind of balance with this bow. But you let that unbalanced ass bow go all off on the charts for like the last entirety of the last tier. But, like, then you're like, oh, no, these buffs to compensate for our fuck-up before, they're too much. We have to nerf this immediately, within the week. Like, why couldn't you have fucking done this bow nerf, like, literally 2.5 months ago then, if, like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, no, I need to nerf immunization because he can't have fun for 1 day in his fucking life.
Get him.
Fucking get him. The bow, this has been such a disaster. Why would they do this? And not only that, sorry to hijack your thing, they nerfed survival Banku's Bite by 10%. Sure, they buffed it, but leave us alone. No one's playing them.
Oh, no, like, this is a nerf specifically for BM, I think. But both Survival and the other spec that I don't give a shit to even name got some stray bullets here. Like, Survival got a nerf on Mongoose Bite. I'm like, for why? The other spec got a nerf against their pets, and I'm like, they don't even use pets.
It's fucked up, man. And I was telling him, I was like, you have got to be, you're in that rare mini percentage, like mini our raider, where like mini he will go somehow. His Great Vault will have the same pair of wrists for him 16 weeks in a row. And sure, he only does one thing of content, so it's his fault. But it's funny that it keeps giving him the same piece of wrists over and over again. So it's denying him loot, and it's denying you the thing you need the most.
So it's not even the thing I need the most anymore, because I like optimized it, and the normal bow isn't even an upgrade for me anymore against my 418 crafted bow. But like, it's just the principle at this point that like that they had the fucking nerve to not even let BM exist in like a state that is like good for one full week after like they just let the bow be as is when they knew it was not working as they intended for like 2 months. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. But, okay, there goes my promo against Blizzard in general. Aaron, what do you got this week?
Well, I have myself a top toot.
Toot!
So, for any of those who follow my streaming career, twitch.tv/AaronDNR, I took it upon myself to stream my attempts at getting the human heritage armor on my favorite disgraced YouTuber, Pro Jared Knabenbauer. And I'll be gosh god danged if I did not do the whole thing. 0 to 50 and the heritage armor quest. You can see right now on twitch.tv/AaronDNR, or you can go to AaronDNR VOD, that's VOD VOD dumps on YouTube to watch it. But that's wild that in this state in 2023, with 10 in-game hours, you can get from nothing to heritage armor if you want.
It's insane. I mean, like, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but it's still insane. But well, also you're on a human, so that is a little different. You know, you can.
Wait, is that? Do they still have the XP boost?
Yeah.
Well, but like, also, did you queue as just a DPS or?
Yes.
Wow.
And you only did it through dungeon leveling?
Dungeon leveling, and in between dungeons, I'd be running a little bit, but it's like, for any of you who are familiar with the MOP storyline, I started MOP and I got to like the monastery where you have to, I'm trying to think, I didn't even complete the jade statue that shows you like the prophecy. So I probably did maybe an hour of MOP leveling, and then it was just dungeoning over and over and over and over. And it makes me very sad that you said that humans makes it go faster, because the very last heritage armor I need is Goblin. And maybe I gotta start streaming some Goblin.
Ugh.
It'd be yucky, but I need to do it for science. How long does it take a Goblin to get to 50?
Okay, well, I'm going to come in hot here, and apparently the diplomacy thing is only for reputation gains, so, like, I guess that is, for the human, is it just that you need to be exalted with Stormwind?
Yeah, Stormwind, which was pretty touch and go, because for whatever reason, only dungeons kata backwards give you rep for your group. So, like, I would just do random, and sometimes it would put me in, like, BFA or Legion, and I was not getting Stormwind rep with them, and I don't know why.
That's weird. Were you wearing the tabard?
I was wearing the tabard. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's another one of those things where I'll go and I'll check and I'll be like, you did get it every time,
What
you silly
dungeons were you
Billy.
doing?
I mean, random shit like Freehold.
I think only certain dungeons
Motherlode.
count. I think only older ones count.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like kata backwards.
Oh, yeah. Wait, does kata count for that? I think BC's
it
the
might
cutoff.
It might be mop backwards, because I know I was only queuing for mop, because that's the storyline I was in. So I'd start queuing for mop, and then it'd be like, wow, this is taking a while. You want to expand it to everyone? And I'd be like, yeah. But I think I did like 2 classics, like 4 BCs. I'd have to go and look at the tape again to see what it was. But not every dungeon was giving me Stormwind rep. So it's darn good that Pro Jared was a human, because who knows, maybe I would have had to run through the Mechanar a bunch of times.
Honestly, though, it's funny because people were saying how easy that is, too. Like, they're just like, yeah, I did it in 20 minutes. And I'm like, oh, 20 minutes? What the fuck?
But that was my top 2. Now Jared gets to join the Halcyon ranks of all the other Heritage Armor characters who get to retire after not doing much. They are the college football players of the World of Warcraft. Speaking of completing our quests, Let's put an end to this episode, starting with our $5 a month patrons. They include Command Sergeant Major Tejurla, fourth host of the podcast, Monkey, Ahoy, Vince, NSYNC/Drag Race, Azarin, Digital Dave, Mitch, who wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Cardacay, Saracen Hawk, Satius and Soup, Big Fat Ugly Bug Face Baby Eating Adorno says, I. Baby Gersh, Myth Gersh, Big Bear 13, Muv, Adam N, Icus, new patron!
No.
New patron alert!
Nova Dark,
Nova Dark.
SSDB, same soup, different bowl. Vanderlyle, D. Gibson, Generational Talent, Smarf to Base God, Slidewhistle says,
Fuck Craig.
and Will, aka Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
We're wrapping this bitch up. We got a bonus episode to record on our Patreon at patreon.com/do-not-relent. It'll be up there, and it'll be 4 tall boys in and extra drunk. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything to send us, send it to our email at do-not-relent-pod@gmail.com, or send me a personal titty pic.
Nope.
At navarracoffin@gmail.com.
I don't know if you want to ask for that, but anyways, you can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex. You can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent. You can join our podcast Discord by typing into your browser device and do-not-relent.com.
I may have spent 10 hours as Pro Jared, but it looks like Slidewhistle is the one copying his user engagement game. But you can find me at twitters.com at thebigacheesy, read the show's literary musings at do-not-relent.livejournal.com, and as previously plugged, watch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/AaronDNR.
We'll see you banana heads next week, and with that, we're out of here. And remember,
Another down. Do not relent.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.